Welcome to AFTV. My good friend Kenny Ken with me. Kenny Ken. Obviously, we've just come off a nice 2-0 win against Newcastle. We're through to the next round of the FA Cup. Now, Kenny, I don't know where we should start. Let's go to the starting lineup. Were you happy with who started today? Were you happy when we talk about like the centre back pairing? We had Mari and Louise today. The midfield pairing of Willock and El Neni. Were you happy with who you're seeing? Reece Nelson got a start because of the Martinelli injury in the warm-up. We've got Willian and Pepe. What were your thoughts on the players that started? I want to go from the beginning.
For me, I expected that because the reason why I expected that because we got two big games in the league. Yep. Because we don't know where we are, what's going to happen at the end of the season, where we're going to finish. But games are coming thick and fast because of COVID now. Whatever happens, we have to finish the league in May. So because we have to finish the league in May, games are going to be every 3 or 4 days, and if you're successful in Europe or in the FA Cup, that's going to happen. So we've got to utilise that squad. I was disappointed for Martinelli that he got injured in the warm up, but we've got to be very careful with the lad. Got to be very careful with him because he's just come from injury. He's going to get a knock, and I think when he went down, I think it was a great decision by everyone. For the medical team and the manager to leave him out. Yeah. But the disappointing thing as well is that obviously he can't play. But it gives a chance for people like, Reece Nelson. Reece Nelson's another one who's had a few niggles here and there, and he hasn't been able to cement his place. Previously, a couple of years ago, we sent him on loan at Hoffenheim. He wasn't entirely successful as we'd like. He hasn't managed to get in that first team. So today was a very good opportunity to him. And again, Willian, this is a great opportunity for Willian as well. So you can't knock it. David Luiz, who I believe, in terms of footballing ability, he's our best defender in footballing ability-wise. Defending, people may question that because he sometimes he does go walkies and he does go on a few adventures. So I do respect that. But it's all about people knocking the door. Pepe is another player that it was a good opportunity for him. We didn't really think Newcastle were going to play their first team because remember they got a COVID outbreak. They had a few injuries as well in the warm-up as well. So it was good opportunity. So I had no problem with the squad. Unfortunately, some of these players didn't take the opportunities.
Here we go. Let's get into it. Come on, Kenny. Players' performances. Right, Willian, let's go.
Well, in terms of Willian, he disappoints me. I don't recognise this player. This player that I saw at Chelsea was a sort of player that grabbed games by the scruff of the neck, wanted to be involved, scored goals. Now he's just playing to his limits. He's like a robot. Oh, give the ball to a better player. Just pass it, put the cross in, and that's it.
Yeah.
He's got to give us more than that, surely. Surely his legs have not gone.
No, I don't think so. I don't know what happened. I said this recently. I said previously, I've given these players enough time. Like, we gave them the Europa League chances as well, where you're playing against lesser opposition. This was the perfect time to really show us, when you're playing against Premier League opposition, what you guys are about. Make a stake for the shirt, to keep it, to play in the starting 11 for the Premier League. But these players aren't taking them, Kenny.
I don't understand it. It's a shock to me because this guy is a top-class footballer. He is, isn't he? Isn't he?
Well, I thought he's got. It was proven that he had a good career, but he's come here and he hasn't proven anything really.
And that's the thing. And then you look at Reece Nelson's another one, another player who wasn't taking his chance.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that Newcastle were never going to make it easy for us. They're going to be tight. They played a back five. They played Carroll on his own up front. But surely when you get the ball, express yourself. Relax, you know what I mean? Yeah. You've been picked because of the things you can do with football. Run at players, put your crosses in. If it means cut into your right foot, then do it. But he's not taking his chance. So that's another one you've got to be frustrated with. Another one player that's is Pepe as well. Let's not knock it. Pepe worked hard today. He got in some good positions. He like I said, he beat his man, but his final ball has to be better than that. It has to be better than that. Because when Saka comes on, someone who's younger than him, less experience, and in terms of technical ability, is not as good as Pepe.
Agreed.
In terms of game management and game brain, he's better than you. He's a kid. He actually affected the game. He put fear into the hearts of the Newcastle effects. He stretched teams and put crosses in that hurt the opposition.
Mm.
What's
I
wrong with these
agree.
guys?
I
They got
agree,
the guy.
Kenny. I agree. Sorry, Scott. I just like those are the main players I think had the opportunity to show us really what they're about, and they didn't take it at all. And like you said, there's Saka. Are we relying on the youngsters too much? Like the youngsters came in, the Smith Rose, they came in, and the Tierney's, like they showed pretty much the people that should be taking a chance. They showed how it's done.
Well, I totally agree with you, and that's the thing about it, is that it's not as if these guys are not trying. They are trying, they're trying, but it's not coming off for them. And the problem they've got in football is that football, you know, the thing is, there's no time for if onlys or what ifs in football.
Yeah.
If only Pepe had better players around him. If only, Reece Nelson didn't have that many injuries and he had a run of games. If only Willian, was more proactive in front of goal, took more shots, used his pace. There's no time for that. Games have come and gone. These guys have had their chances and they haven't taken them. And this is where, in a situation where you're going to have to leave them out of the team, out of the squads, because you can't waste time with them. Arteta's got no time. Results 2 weeks ago were catastrophic. They were sackable.
Yeah.
So the players that he trusted, he can't wait on them. You know what I mean? They can't, and that's the trouble with football. Football's like life. You get left behind if you don't take your chance. Granit Xhaka, when he came on, stopped us from being disjointed. Smith Rowe gave us the glue to our attacks, brought a bit of urgency in, quick passing, quick pace, boom, boom. Aubameyang, he's another player that I'm going after. He had everything going for him. He had. We tried to play a long ball. We put crosses in for him. He eventually got his goal. Thank God for that in injury time. But there are times when the Aubameyang of a year ago scores those chances. The first chance on the volley, he's putting that away. The chance that the other chance where he flicks it out the outside of his right foot, he puts it away. You know, you can't argue and say he didn't get any service, because he had the pace. He had the long ball from David Luiz. He had the ball from Cedric. He had Kieran Tierney. So, again, it's taken from his mate, Lacazette, to come on to prove what I've said a lot of times, that he can actually hold the ball up.
Really
and that's
well.
why he should be playing that position. And that's how we got our first goal. But let's say a big thank you to VAR.
Yes, we have to definitely, because that. But it's the first time I've seen VAR, especially of Arsenal, used in the right way for us. Finally, because that was never a red card. But before we head out, I remember obviously in our last fan cam we spoke about the game that we're going to be judging Arteta on is the Palace game. And the other game after that. But I'm going to be very intrigued to see how he attacks Palace and who's selected and how he goes about it. But what are your thoughts going ahead? I know we've spoken about it a little bit, but are you still confident for that game? I don't really know who's going to start in the defence role, because, who's he going to start? I think Mari's played well, and David Luiz, I still rate David Luiz. But he's got a big problem because Gabriel's now fit and available. So Holding has been holding his position. Excuse the pun. So I don't know. What are your thoughts for the Palace? On Thursday.
Well, the problem with Crystal Palace, you don't know which Crystal Palace is going to turn up. Crystal Palace are one of those football teams who can beat anyone in their day. They can go to the Etihad and win. Go to Anfield and win. Go to Old Trafford and win. Guess what? They've gone to Old Trafford and win. They are afraid of nobody. And when they're at it, they're unplayable. Where they are in the league is shocking, but it's because they're inconsistent, and that's the problem. And that's where Arteta's got to look at it. We know the threats are going to be Crystal Palace. We know that in midfield they're going to have, they're going to have their captain Mihailovic, who's good at dead balls, puts the crosses in. Benteke is going to hold the ball up. We know that they've got Eze, great pace. They've got Zaha, the player who, in my opinion, should be playing in the. We should have bought instead of Pepe. That's another discussion for another time.
I'm with you there.
He scares me. He scares me. Then you got Townsend, who is now prepared to play the number 10 role and play an inverted winger. So they've got players who can hurt us at space. And when we make mistakes, give the ball away in midfield, I worry, because we're not out of the woods yet. Don't get me wrong. Smith Rowe is going to be is a player that's brought pleasure to me in the last couple of weeks because he's done the things I want him to do on the football pitch, where he can basically win the ball, move it quickly, then get on the end of chances, score like he did today. He's a forward thinking. He's always thinking attack, attack, attack. I like that. Saka, attack, attack, attack. I do like that. But this is going to be a very monumental test for them because we don't know which Crystal Palace will turn up. I don't think even Croydon Roy knows which Crystal Palace is going to turn up. And you know this now. You know it.
No, I know.
Remember, they lost 7-0 to Liverpool. I didn't see it coming. Everyone thought that Crystal Palace might have turned them over. Look what happened to Man United's first game of the season at Old Trafford. Man United finished third. Bruno Fernandes playing with great panache. You know, the 3 forwards are doing well. Man United got probably 1% off the pace. Crystal Palace went, thank you very much. Boom. You don't know which Palace is going to turn up.
Exactly that, Kane. They will exploit us. If we're not at the races on the game on Thursday, they will exploit us, and it could be a difficult defeat and a bad defeat. But hopefully we're there, we're minds on it, and we hopefully get a win.
And one thing, Cecil, we don't know which Arsenal's going to turn up because we're very consistent as well. So it's going to be a fantastic game, a great game of football. Shame no fans are there, but you know, talking of fans, and I'll just change the subject. I just want to, say big appreciation because I've been very patient, and they're going to have to be patient a lot more because I don't see a scenario where we're going to be at the Emirates this season.
Same.
Because I think the government are putting so much emphasis on vaccines, and this is the only way they think it's going to work. So we've got to roll it out, blah blah. And I just think that I worry about the fans' mindset going into the next season. I worry about the football club because I think 2 seasons without fans at the ground, I don't think it's sustainable for the football club. But that's another discussion which me and you are going to have, I'm sure.
We'll have that. Yeah, we will.
But all eyes lead to Crystal Palace. And as I said before, don't ask me for predictions because I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know how we're going to turn up, and I don't know which Palace is going to turn up. All I know, it's going to be bloody exciting, and it's not going to be good for your heart rate. That's all I'm going to say.
No.
This video is supported by Profit Accumulator. Profit Accumulator helps you to earn extra money by doing something called match betting. Match betting isn't gambling. And when you do it properly, and I mean properly, you can't lose. Now you always see these promotions by bookmakers like Ladbrokes, William Hill's, Corals, offering a £50 bonus to customers. So you sign up and you might place a £50 bet on a coin toss landing on heads and a £50 bet on the same coin toss landing on tails. Now whichever way it lands, it don't matter because you won't win or lose any money because you've covered all of the outcomes. However, you get the £50 bonus, so you're still £50 up. Now lots of people try to do match betting on their own, but it's very time consuming and not always easy if you don't know what you're doing. That's where Profit Accumulator come in. Even if you don't know anything about sports, they walk you through everything step by step, showing you how to accumulate money into your bank account. So get involved right now. Click the link in the description and sign up to Profit Accumulator right now.